Why do professional lo-fi tracks feel so smooth and effortless, while your mixes feel unpredictable from one moment to the next? The answer usually isn't better plugins or expensive gear. It's understanding how to control dynamics. In this episode, you'll learn what compression really does and why it's one of the most important tools for creating a professional polished mix.
You're listening to the Lofi Music Academy podcast, your go-to space for all things lo-fi. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of lo-fi music production.
Hi, and welcome to the Lofi Music Academy podcast. I'm Spencer J, your guide through the chilled out, atmospheric world of lo-fi beats. Have you ever finished a lo-fi beat, listened back and noticed that some parts feel too loud while others almost disappear? Maybe the piano jumps out unexpectedly, the snare suddenly feels too aggressive, or the melody gets lost whenever the drums come in. A lot of producers assume this means they need better samples, or they need to keep adjusting the volume fader throughout the song. But that's usually not the real problem. The issue is often consistency. Professional mixes don't just sound balanced because every instrument is the perfect volume. They sound balanced because those volumes stay under control as the music changes. That's where compression comes in. Compression is one of the most understood tools in music production. Many beginners see it as something complicated or really technical. Some even avoid using it altogether because they're worried about ruining their mix. But at its core, compression is surprisingly simple. It's a tool that helps your sounds behave more consistently, making your music feel smoother, more controlled, and easier to listen to. Today we're going to explore why inconsistent dynamics can make a mix feel amateur, what compression actually does, and why understanding it is one of the biggest steps towards creating professional lo-fi music. Let's start by talking about dynamics. Dynamics simply describe the difference between louder and quieter moments. Every instrument naturally changes in volume. A piano player doesn't hit every note with exactly the same force, and a guitarist naturally strums some chords harder than others. Even sampled instruments often contain subtle variations that make them feel human, and those differences are good. They create emotion and expression. The problem begins is when differences become distracting. Imagine someone telling you a story. If they suddenly shout every few sentences, then whisper the next line, it becomes difficult to stay engaged. Music works in a similar way. When sounds change too dramatically in volume, the listener starts paying attention to those changes instead of the emotion of the song. That's when a mix begins to feel inconsistent. One reason professional lo-fi tracks feel relaxing is because nothing constantly surprises the listener. The important elements remain present throughout the song. The piano doesn't suddenly leap out, and the kick doesn't disappear halfway through the verse. Everything feels controlled. That doesn't mean every sound stays exactly the same volume. Instead, the changes happen naturally. Compression gently reduces the difference between the loudest and quietest parts of a sound. Instead of sharp jumps in volume, the listener experiences smooth movement. Think about driving on a road. A road filled with huge bumps makes every journey uncomfortable. A smooth road lets you focus on where you're going instead of every little interruption. Compression smooths the road. It doesn't remove the journey, it simply makes the experience more comfortable. This is probably the biggest misconception about compression. Many producers believe compression is simply a loudness tool. While it can increase the average level of a sound, that is not its primary purpose. Its real job is control. Imagine holding a flashlight. If the beam constantly changes brightness, it becomes difficult to see clearly. But if the light stays steady, everything becomes easier to focus on. Compression creates that consistency. Instead of certain notes suddenly jumping out, the sound remains reliable. Ironically, this often makes the instrument feel stronger, even though the loudest peaks have actually been reduced. Consistency creates confidence, and confidence creates clarity. Lo-fi music is built around comfort. People often listen while studying, reading, relaxing or working. and constant changes in volume can quietly interrupt that experience. A compressed piano doesn't suddenly demand attention. A compressed bass feels supportive instead of unpredictable. A compressed drum groove feels steady and dependable. Notice something important though. Compression isn't about removing emotion, it's about removing unnecessary distractions. The emotional performance is still there, the subtle dynamics remain, but the listener can now appreciate the music without constantly reacting to unexpected volume changes. That's one reason professional lo-fi feels effortless. Nothing is fighting for attention, everything works together. One of the hardest parts about learning compression is that it's often invisible. Unlike reverb, you don't immediately hear a huge space. Unlike delay, you don't hear obvious repeats. And unlike saturation, you don't suddenly hear vintage warmth. Compression is subtle. You often notice it most when it's removed. Try this the next time you're producing. Listen to a piano performance, pay attention to the loudest notes, then notice the quietest ones. Ask yourself, does this feel naturally expressive, or does it feel distracting? If the performance keeps pulling the attention away from the song itself, gentle compression may help. As your ears develop, you'll stop thinking about compression as a complicated plugin. Instead, you'll hear it as something that creates trust. The listener no longer worries about sudden changes. They simply enjoy the music. So today we've looked at why inconsistent dynamics can make a mix feel unpredictable, and how compression helps to create balance and control. The goal isn't to remove expression, it's to help your music feel steady, confident and enjoyable from beginning to end. In the next episode, we'll move from understanding compression to using it creatively. You'll discover practical ways compression can add groove, shape transients, and help every element in your lo-fi mix work together more naturally. Until then, open up one of your projects and simply listen. Don't ask whether it's loud enough, ask whether it feels consistent, because great mixes aren't just built with great sounds, they're built with great control. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing it with fellow music producers who might find it useful. Until next time, keep creating, stay inspired, and remember, it's all about the vibe. Take care and see you in the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Lofi Music Academy podcast. If you're ready to start making lo-fi music and want to go even deeper, grab your free guide. Discover the 6 essential steps to create a release-ready lo-fi track from scratch. Whether you're using budget gear in your bedroom or a small home studio, this guide will help you get that polished, dreamy lo-fi sound you're after. Just go to www.lofimusicacademy.com. Until next time, keep creating those laid-back vibes, and don't forget to subscribe for more lo-fi tips and tricks.